What's up, home chickens? Zack Scott here playing Minecraft, and today is the episode where I address some of your questions. I put a call out on YouTube, on a few different social media sites, basically saying ask me questions for me to talk about while I participate in the Beacon Challenge. And again, I don't know how far I'm going to get in the Beacon Challenge, but I'm going to at least try a little bit just to get a good feel for what it's like. And this video consists of about a 1 hour and 20 minutes condensed down to however long this talk is, basically. I'm recording the audio, my voice, my commentary, after I play the game. So you're not hearing a live commentary right now. I basically played the game in silence, and then I have picked the best parts, and now I'm talking over them. So... if you don't see me like freaking out when spiders and stuff are attacking me, oh hey Otto, further down in the later on in the video, that's why I'm not freaking out, is because I am talking, but I'm not playing at this very moment. I played previously. So anyway, I got a few answers, some questions for you, a few answers to your questions that you guys posted. I got YouTube questions, Instagram questions, and Twitter questions. I forgot to post this on my Facebook fan page, so no Facebook questions today. But do follow me on Facebook. It's facebook.com/ZackScottFans. The link's in the description. And first, I thought I would answer your YouTube questions, which were posted directly onto the Beacon Challenge announcement video that I did a few days ago. And the first, I guess the first, you know, I asked for questions and topics. So this first topic isn't really a question, but it had very popular reaction to it. 53 likes this particular comment had by Noah Cruz. And this person, assuming it's a guy, said, watch this turn into another popularity contest, not unless Zach actually listens to us and uses that great idea that someone commented to show us the creation, not the people who built it. And I do want to speak to that, because that was suggested not only by a lot of commenters, but also by fellow Scotlanders. And I didn't really set them aside or anything, but you know, I took the time, thought about it, and explained why I don't want to do it like that. This is more than a competition. This is, you know, here on Scotland, it's a group of friends, mostly. A group of people who at least play video games together. Friends or not. This contest, this Beacon contest, is a great opportunity, in my opinion, for the individual builders to not only show off their builds, but their personalities to you viewers. And then, you know, if I present it myself, their personality is going to be completely taken out of it. And so, you know, if you know, Mac and Cam or iWolfie or any of the other teams, you know, build something, you know, they're going to want to show it off. They're going to want to talk about what all went into the build, what was the hardest part of the competition, you know, what their build represents to them. So if I'm just going to present it, we're going to lose all of that. And furthermore, the results then, sure, it's probably less of a popularity contest, but then the results are heavily determined on my capabilities and how I present their build. So they're either going to have to coach me on what to say, or I just go in cold, or I just show them without any talking at all. And I think that really takes away from the experience, both for the builders and for you viewers. I think most of you guys want to see the personality behind the build as well. At least I do, and I know that most of the Scotland builders do as well. And so I'm not going to show it off blind, meaning, well, I'm not going to hide who built it. I'm going to have them explain it, because I think my formula changes for the Scotlander, for the competition. I use a certain formula that I think really heavily lent itself to being a popularity contest for the Scotlandist build. For this build, I've altered the formula. It's now a ratio instead of a total. So I think this is going to be more fair. And again, I ran the numbers on the previous competition. Had I been using this new formula, then you know, Dance on Thorns would have won. So anyway, it's going to still be the builder is still going to present it themselves, and that's final. I'm using my Blue Yeti microphone right now. I really like it in general, But you can hear everything. You can hear all the background noise. I'm about to take a drink. You can probably hear this. That's something I'm usually able to hide when I'm recording otherwise, because I have a mute button. I guess there's a mute button on here, but you'll hear me click mute and it'll go like really dim, like really stone cold silence. But in general, my microphone on my headset doesn't pick up outside noises like at all, really. It does some. Like when I did the quick play for Surgeon Simulator 2013, I fell out of my chair, and based on noises alone, you probably couldn't tell. So you probably hear me shake. I need some more to drink. I should take a break and go get some more. I don't know. Maybe I'll just finish this off. I'm thirsty. Anyway. So yeah, so Noah, that's why. It's not just a competition. It's also to show off builds and personalities to the viewers. You know, if iWolfie shows off something, you know, you guys can see, like, you know, you might discover iWolfie for the first time, and you're like, I like his personality. I might go check out some of his videos, and that's kind of the reason that I have Scottland. It's kind of a centralized hub for a lot of creators, and to display their talents, including their personalities. So it's going to be hard to take popularity out of it completely unless I really make the competition dull, in my opinion. So yeah, that was the first comment, or the first question or topic. Thank you, Noah Cruz. Going on to the next one. This one, I really like this question. The Rube Night Rises. What is the most difficult part of running a server of your size? And man, geez, I could speak for a while on this topic, and I just might. The most difficult part is not a small server, and it's not a large server. It's a medium-sized server. So, if it were just a small server with just like a core group of friends, I don't think it would have lasted this long. And if it were a really, really large server, I don't think it would have been as fun to play on it. So the most difficult part of running the server of my size, a medium-sized server, is balance. It's really difficult for me to... Because, okay, let me take a step back. What happens is that people like playing Minecraft for a certain period of time, and then they get tired of it. Frankly, I'm in kind of a position where I'm tired of the gameplay itself, but I love being on the Minecraft server. I love talking to friends. I love hanging out, so to speak, and making videos and presenting cool stuff on the Minecraft server Scottland. But I really have... It's really not that fun for me anymore to just play the regular Minecraft game. And maybe that'll change. Hopefully it changes as I'm playing right now in the Beacon Challenge. And I'm actually having fun in this video, you know, but not as much as I used to. You know, I used to get lost in Minecraft. I used to play for hours on end. And now, you know, probably my max that I'll ever play in one session is an hour and a half, which still seems like a lot for a game. But back then there was a lot of wonder, a lot of just excitement, and now I pretty much know a lot of the Minecraft stuff. I don't know how to craft everything. I still have to use the wiki for that. But so I guess what I'm trying to say is that other players, even me, have lost at least some interest in Minecraft. And so to keep the server active, I have to add new people onto the server. Because the old people, they either get sidetracked by other games. What else? Sidetracked by other games. Just other variations of Minecraft. You know, several of us got sidetracked by the walls. Same with Bat Knight. Same with different forms of mods and stuff. And so, again, running this type of server is all about balance. How can I keep people interested in staying and playing on Scottland? And, you know, I don't really have a huge interest in... I don't want to force people. I don't want to make them do something they don't want to do. I don't want to incentivize people to do something they don't want to do. Because then the quality is just going to go down. And so that's another reason I add new players. I add new players who are interested. But there are players who have been there for a long time, long time, who are still genuinely interested in the Minecraft game. And I owe it to them to keep the server active, because, for a while in the past month, after I did the Scottland build, a lot of people left the server for a while. And I would, sign in every so often. There'd be like one person playing. And that can't be very fun, to just have one person playing on the server. Just you alone with no one else there. And so it's kind of my responsibility as a server owner to, make sure that the server is at least interesting, not only to attract new people, but old people who have perhaps lost a little interest, but also old people who have never lost interest. And so that's probably the hardest part about running the server. And then speaking further towards balance, it's really difficult, and I have divorced myself from this process. It's really difficult to manage various personalities, because I typically get along with everyone who I've ever had on the server, for the most part. And but that's probably because I have, sometimes it's either I don't start any beef with anyone. I don't. I guess people kind of, in a sense, look up to me since I'm the server administrator. They don't want to start anything with me. But at the same time, I'm not that dramatic of a person. Sometimes I can be. Sometimes I can definitely relish in drama. Sometimes, but ultimately I hate it. And so managing personalities and having people get along is something that's really difficult. And sometimes I whitelist someone who I think is a great person, a really great person. I get along with that person just fine. I like that person. I like what that person's doing, what that person has done. But their personality does not clash, does not flow well with everyone else's personality, and they clash. And that leads to, it kind of leads to certain players antagonizing other players. And it just creates a whole atmosphere of drama that I don't want to have on my server, because it makes people uncomfortable, it makes people upset, it makes people not want to play. And so balancing that is very difficult, because it's impossible to know how players will mesh. And so I've implemented a new system. I've established moderators on the server who basically get to decide by votes or by banning who comes and goes. New players are only added. I no longer bring in new players on my own. I used to do that. I used to find people I thought were really cool and interesting, and it's not always been a failure on my part, but sometimes it is. And so now I have it up to the other players, like, hey, do you want, like, if you want someone on the server, have at least 3 people, vouch for them. So I know that if there's drama, that you guys, can either handle it, or, you guys will be okay knowing that that person could be removed from the server, not by me, but by the moderators. And I almost feel like I'm rambling, but I guess just what I want to say, the most difficult part of running the server is maintaining balance, keeping people interested, and keeping the server relatively drama-free from bad drama. So that's it. That's the hardest part. And so yeah. I don't think I missed anything there. I don't know if I skipped over anything. I don't know. But anyway, let's move on to some other questions, because there's a lot. So let's see. We have Instagram replies as well as Twitter replies. Which one do you guys want to do first? Let's do Instagram. Let's do Instagram, because the Twitter ones are a little more hilarious, I guess, intentionally hilarious, and also I can speak to. Anyway, let's do it. Let's go to Twitter, twitter.com/ZackScott. Follow me there. You definitely want to check that out, because I do post stuff on Twitter nearly every day, sometimes multiple times a day. Let's check out and see what people on Twitter asked. We have let's go with a question by Imogen Witherell at MEW88. Can we have more pet videos? Do the cats and Izzy like Ari? That's 2 questions. No. Yeah, I do want to do more pet videos. The real issue is that I have after launching my gaming channel, I became exceptionally busy with the gaming channel because of the type of channel it is. It demands that I put out videos every day, which I'm fine with. I really enjoy the gaming channel. I fell in love with it almost instantly after launching it. I was a little wary at first. I launched the gaming channel and the pets channel about the same time. I think ultimately the pets channel was a little bit of a mistake. I think it kind of divided my audience because I did a lot of pet videos on the main ZackScott channel. But the gaming channel was not a mistake. So, you know, I made one good call, one bad call. And ultimately, I probably should have not made the pets channel. I should have kept making more pet videos for the main channel. But what has happened is that I've just gotten so busy that I have kind of neglected my ZackScott channel because I could spend a week doing a ZackScott video and then not get very many views and I would feel depressed for another week. Whereas if, you know, one video on the games channel doesn't get very many views, that's okay because I uploaded like 5 that day. And if a series isn't doing very well, I can just quit the series and focus on something that you guys want to see more. But I can't be as dynamic and robust with my ZackScott channel like I can on my ZackScottGames channel. With that said, I do plan on having more pet videos on the ZackScott channel and probably the ZackScott Pets channel as well. To answer your question, do the cats and Izzy like Ari? No, they do not. Ari loves them. They hate her. Simple as that. They don't get along. She's big. Has so much energy. The cats don't like her. Izzy stays away from her. Doesn't like her. There haven't been any like accidents or violence or anything like that. But no. The cats and Izzy do not like Ari. I should really be doing more video. Another issue, I would have more time for the ZackScott channel and the ZackScott Pets channel if I were a full-time YouTuber. That would involve me quitting my job, which would involve me basically saying goodbye, temporarily at least, to my engineering career and doing entertainment and videos full-time. And I love doing videos. I just need to know that this is sustainable for me before I make a decision like that. The video world, the YouTube world, changes rapidly. Weekly, daily, hourly, even. And I gotta know that this is something that I could do for a long time. Maybe not the rest of my life. Maybe when I get 50, you know, people aren't gonna want to see a 50-year-old doing YouTube videos. Maybe they will. I don't know. But you know, I gotta know that this is something that I could do for an extended period of time to justify putting the career I went to college for on hold. And I just don't know if that's the case yet. If I ever make that decision, of course you guys will know. And then my videos will not only have higher quality, but there will also be more videos, I think. So that's just my opinion. Let's go on to the next Twitter question. We have 3 total here. This one's by Casbros. What types of genre and games are you interested in? And really, this is a fairly... I could give a simple version, I could give a long version. The simple version is the type of games that you see me play on my channel are genuinely the games I'm interested in. There are exceptions. And my gaming channel pretty much mirrors my real life. My real life in terms of gaming. The exception is I played the Mass Effect series on my own because I hold... I'm stuttering. I hold that series in such a high regard that I wanted to play it on my own and just absorb it on my own like I would a movie. You know, and so I did that on my own. Same with Uncharted. Those are the 2 that I hold in such high regard that I just did not want to play them on my channel. I wanted to just get lost in the game, not like worry about what are the viewers going to think when I'm trying to figure something out. I wanted to experience them in my living room, on my surround sound system, on a big screen TV, like a freaking movie for days on end. And that's not to say, you know, I don't like the games that I play on my channel because I ended up loving them. Binding of Isaac, loved it. Great game. The Walking Dead, phenomenal game. My favorite game of last year. And I guess when it comes to genre, that's really hard to say because I think Ultimately, what it comes down, there are two types of games that I like. A game that provides a nice variety of gameplay that's both addicting and something I can repeat over and over, like Binding of Isaac, like roguelike style games. The other one, story. Games with great story. It doesn't matter too much what type of game it is. The Walking Dead, phenomenal story, very little gameplay. It's all point and click stuff, very little, but I love that game. I love it, and I probably like it more than Uncharted. I almost feel like I should have just absorbed that on my own, but no, I played it for the channel. I don't have regrets about doing that, playing it for my channel. So games with phenomenal story, or games that I can just... Left 4 Dead 2. If you look at my Steam profile, I have over like 500 hours in Left 4 Dead 2. So that's the type of game, no story needed, just the gameplay itself is very satisfying. I can repeat it over and over and over, get lost in little variations of the same gameplay, same with Binding of Isaac. Those are two totally different games. So the genre, I guess, doesn't really hold up. I like all sorts of games. The genre that I'm fairly weak on right now, Japanese RPGs like Final Fantasy. I used to love them as a teenager. Now I think they're overly tedious just to get to the story. Mass Effect 1 was fairly tedious, but they really fixed that in Mass Effect 2 and 3. Anything to eliminate the tedious and kind of reward multiple plays, you know, I can like without a story. Story-wise, man, just any game that can deliver a good story. Mass Effect, Uncharted, those are both action games. Mass Effect's a little action RPG. Walking Dead, it's basically just it might as well have been a movie. Or I could have just sat down and watched it, and it could have just asked me to make a few choices, and I would have just done that. That would have been cool. Back to the Future game, I love that game too. So anything with either a really great story or just a really good gripping gameplay that's repetitive and addicting. So there we go. I said it. I did not really answer your question. I don't know what kind of genre I like. Third question on Twitter. Mac asked, and she asked a variety of overtly sexual questions, but ultimately she changed it to simply, can I deep throat? Google it if you don't know what it is. Don't really. Just deep throat. Oh, man, can I? I probably could. I might gag. I don't know that I would be good at it. I don't know that I would enjoy it. I would gag, because I often gag myself brushing my teeth. I don't throw up, but I like sometimes get the toothbrush too far back trying to brush my tongue, and I'm like, oh god, and I'm just like holding my cookies in, so to speak. And so yeah, I could probably deep throat. I don't really want to try. I don't want to try with the penis. Maybe something like a banana I could try one day. But I'm afraid like the banana would break off and then it lodged in my throat. And then I have to go to the hospital. And they'd be like, what happened? And I'd be like, I was just trying to deep throat a banana, no big deal. Alright, enough Twitter questions again. Twitter.com/ZackScott. Follow me there. Hopefully you're enjoying the gameplay that you're seeing on the screen right now. I'm just taking my time to talk directly to you guys. It's not something I do very often, so I'm really appreciating having this opportunity. And so yeah, let's move on. Finally, the Instagram comments. Where are they? I have them open on like a tab somewhere. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're talking more about server stuff again. Got a couple different questions here. Here we go. New Nova World in 1.5 question mark. I must have been talking about this in a video because yeah, I do plan on relaunching Nova Scotia for 1.5. Maybe. That's a maybe. It really depends. Again, this talks about balancing the enjoyability. If everyone's okay starting over, 1.5 is going to have new stuff. The new redstone blocks, the new nether stuff, etc., etc. If everyone's going to be cool with starting over, I won't destroy the old Nova, but I will make a, I'm definitely considering making a new Nova Scotia for 1.5 to handle all the new changes. I may not. I might wait till 1.6. Maybe I can come up with another challenge that'll keep people interesting. I can just make a new world. You know, what I might end up doing is, you know, the best build incorporating quartz or something like that. That way we get to use all the new 1.5 stuff in a new world, but we don't have to start completely over. Eventually, I do want a complete reboot of Nova for the survival aspect, but I don't know when that's going to happen. So maybe 1.5, maybe not. Hopefully that answers your question. It probably doesn't. I'm not very good at giving solid answers. I haven't decided is the honest answer. I haven't decided, but I definitely am floating that idea. But with the fact that I can just launch a new world like the Beacon world that we've done, that I'm playing in right now in this video, tells me that I might just do another challenge world that incorporates all the new 1.5 stuff. So, hopefully that answers that. One final question on Instagram, and again, Instagram.com/ZackScott. I take pictures there several times a week. I like all of them that I take. You should definitely follow me there. If you have a mobile phone, check it out. If you don't, you know, the website actually works, Instagram.com/ZackScott. So go check out my photos there. Final question for today's video. Why don't you post more Minecraft videos than Dead Space 3? And this is kind of an interesting question, and answering it will kind of expose my methodology in making videos. Dead Space 3 is a linear game where, you know, you play it and it's done. The series is done. It obviously is not doing extremely well for my channel because there's a lot of competition. Competition meaning a lot of players are playing this game. There's a lot of competition in Minecraft too, but the cool thing about Minecraft is that you get to be completely creative. You can do a video, post it, and it's a video that no one's ever seen before with Minecraft. With Dead Space 3, if you're doing just straight up Let's Play, several people have seen that before. They've seen Dead Space 3 being played before by their favorite YouTubers. You know, like, I follow the Rad Brad. I try not to watch his videos when I'm playing a game, but I do follow him for some of his other games that I don't play. You know, Toby's playing Dead Space 3 now. So there's really no reason for someone to, if they already watched Dead Space 3, and they're watching like the Rad Brad or Toby play through, you know, there's really no reason to come watch, you know, my version of Dead Space 3, except to see my commentary, Ashley's commentary, and how we react to specific moments. But the content, the core content of the Dead Space 3 videos is the same. With Minecraft, it takes a lot more energy, a lot more preparation, a lot more editing at times. Like this video took me an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes to record, plus another 30 minutes on top of it to do the audio, then another like 20 minutes, 25 minutes to edit probably, and condense down into a packaged video. If I spend 2 hours playing Dead Space 3, I can, you know, which I do sometimes, I can take those and make them into anywhere from 3 to 6 videos, because it's just a straight up Let's Play. The time spent playing Dead Space 3 is just, that's it, it's done. The time spent doing Minecraft videos is a lot more stuff than what you see. Also, a lot of my Minecraft videos require coordination. Also, I don't want to get burned out on Minecraft. I don't want to do like 3 Minecraft videos a day, because I would be burned out on Minecraft. I would probably quit Minecraft eventually. I get like that with games sometimes. I'll play like a game and then I'm like, I'm just done. This game isn't for me. And I'll quit playing it. That happened with Borderlands 2. I thought I would really like Borderlands 2. I did, but you know, I didn't think it was, I would rather play other games than Borderlands 2. So that's what happened with me. What else? What else are we talking about? Oh yeah, so that's why I don't post more Minecraft videos. You know, Ashley and I sit down, record some Dead Space 3, boom, we're done. We don't, no more editing, no more like stuff like that. We're done. I got several videos to upload. The reason why I don't post one long Dead Space 3 video is because no one's gonna watch the whole thing all the way through. And some people are searching for something specific, like, you know, they want to see Chapter 6 played. And so I try to, you know, like these 2 videos, this one video is Chapter 6. You know, I say that in the description. Then they can only watch that one if they're new, they're coming along. Stuff like that. But mainly, to answer your question, Sam Shapiro, 32. Why don't I post more Minecraft videos in Dead Space 3? The time involved. It takes too long to do three Minecraft videos. It doesn't take that long to do 3 Dead Space 3 videos. Simple answer right there. That applies to almost all the other series as well. That's why I upload multiples of the other stuff. I could speak really quick to Happy Wheels. The reason I only post 1 Happy Wheels video is because I don't think there are enough levels to play that are good per day to justify doing multiple Happy Wheels videos a day. Don't Starve, I kind of stopped a little bit playing that. I'm going to wait till an update comes out. Don't Starve, after 2 videos, I'm pretty much kind of done playing for the day. You know, I'm just like, okay, I'm done. I want to do something else. So, hopefully that answered your question. And I guess that's all the questions. You know, next time I'll definitely be sure to post this on the Facebook fan page, so don't forget to follow that as well. Hopefully you enjoyed the background video. Hopefully I did a lot of stuff. The whole point of this first hour and a half or so was to gather supplies. That was basically it. There's a lot I could film that I do in Minecraft that I just don't because it's boring and tedious. Hopefully my commentary answering your questions over this footage, you know, is a little more interesting than, you know, than the usual video. Maybe not, but I will be doing this again maybe one more time if you guys want me to, or you know, maybe recurring weekly if you guys want me to. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to keep doing a video series like this. If so, let me know some questions or topics you want me to talk about, and stay tuned on my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook fan page accounts. I'll do a call out again for questions when the time has come, when I'm ready. So, yeah. See you guys next time for more Minecraft. We got a lot of videos planned this week that are going to be really, really cool, in my opinion. And, yeah, I guess this is a good solid 30-minute video. Maybe a little more, a little less. A little more than 30 minutes. Alright, see you guys later. Thanks for watching. I'm ZackScott. Subscribe if you have not. If you want to support this channel and help it grow, all you got to do is click the like button. Come back next time for more, and until then, check out some of these videos.